abam.info presents Space, The Final Papier by Lee J. Isserow. Read by the author. Prologue. Deep in his heart, but more accurately his head, humanity has long dreamed of the stars, dreamed of relinquishing the ever so tender hold of gravity, drifting onwards and upwards to the vast magnificent beyond, dreamed of visiting other planets and galaxies, observing pulsars and black holes, and of course, dreamed of punching lizard monsters in their stupid lizard monster faces whilst battling in hand-to-hand combat on a rocky outcrop. Man has also long dreamed of their teeth coming out, or falling from a vast height, but those dreams are less relevant to the story soon to be told. Our tale takes place long, long ago, at the dawn of the modern age, the 1960s, a time when the world was a very different place, where technology was in its infancy, as were infants. A time when the modern world we know and love had only been imagined by the most creative of science-fictional minds. And a time when the only building material known to man was that which was most plentiful across the globe: paper. From the dawn of man through to the then modern age, paper was the largest industry in the world. Paper miners dug deep into the many giant trees that grew upon the surface of the earth, and pulled forth vast sheets that were then processed, fortified with vitamins, and cut to size for all manner of use. Corrugated card cubes for construction, porcelain paper for windows, crepe paper for adornments to windows, lace paper for doilies, shredded paper for use in rabbit hutches. At the time, humanity believed the possibilities were endless. And why should they have thought otherwise, given that it was the only known material at the time? But back to the dream. Humanity had long since dreamed of their teeth falling out whilst exploring the stars. They had been inspired by the words of President John Flockpaper Kennedy. We chose to go to the moon in this decade and not do other things. Thus, for the entire decade, the whole world dedicated itself to space travel, and nothing else. After the first few months, after many died, the dedication was scaled back. They decided it was okay to do other things that were life-sustaining, as everyone had taken this message a little too literally, giving up eating, sleeping, bathing, and so on. Thus, as the decade slowly crawled towards its conclusion, humanity took its first delicate steps upwards to the great beyond, until it was declared that it was going to be far too difficult to walk to space. And so, humanity took its first spaceflight upwards into the great beyond. And that, dear reader, is where our story begins. 1. Deep in the black of space, there is nothing. Silence. A vast emptiness devoid of substance. Void of air or land or sea for that matter. To put it into layman's terms, there are no monkeys, there is no gravel, neither parachutes nor flapjacks, asbestos nor Jews' harps. It is very, very empty. Apart, of course, from being full of billions upon billions of stars, planets, meteors and comets, black holes, quasars and pulsars, radiation and stray raw elements that make up the very building blocks of all life and matter in the universe. But other than that, it's completely empty. However, some space is not as vacant as other space, and the space not far beyond the outer atmosphere of the Earth was at that present moment
Sample complete. Ready to continue?